Hi, my name is Lad Dilgard, and this is Stand and Speak. I'm the founder and treasurer of BW Strategy PAC, a local political action committee that is here to get conservatives and pro-parent people elected to office in Delaware County, Ohio. We support and contribute to conservative leaders and campaigns in this area. This is the first installment in a series of issues-based forums to deliver facts to the public regarding schools, the economy, politics, or other important issues of the day. We're going to call this Stand and Speak, and we're going to keep doing this. We may have from time to time guest speakers who are leaders or experts in their field or elected officials. We hope you appreciate our efforts to inform the public and show your appreciation by visiting bwstrategypac.com and hitting the donate button. You can donate there by using WinRed and a credit card, or you can send us a check to BW Strategy PAC at P.O. Box 2913, Westerville, Ohio 43086. We promise all funds will be used right here in Delaware County to support conservative, pro-parent candidates and causes, and not one dime will go to Washington. During the last election cycle, we contributed significantly to two great conservative candidates for the Big Walnut Board of Education. One of those candidates is now a sitting board member on the Big Walnut Board. That board 2 years ago was dominated 4-1 by pro-union, leftist, pro-government, aggressive Democrats, and now that board is 4-1 with a conservative majority. That previous board voted to put masks on little kids and were asleep at the wheel as a new high school was built with a litany of mistakes and cost overruns we're still paying for today. We intend to fund more races in the future, not just in Big Walnut, but across Delaware County. We will do as much as we can and you can to keep Delaware County, a growing suburban county north of Columbus, deep red. We thank you for your support, and again, please contribute at bwstrategypac.com. That's PAC.com. Now, on to our issue of the day. Today, we're going to talk about book bans. To the left, a book is banned when it's not available for your child at a publicly funded school library. The left has decided it's up to them, teachers' unions, bureaucrats, district officials, college professors, and politicians, to determine what books little Johnny should read. So because the left is all in on pushing filthy books onto the public and their children, we've seen them introduce those. The books in questions have provoked the ire of concerned parents by having excerpts that read like a Playboy or penthouse fantasy story, step-by-step detailed descriptions of sex acts and body parts that if they were read aloud on TV or radio, that show would be canceled by the FCC. The wording in these books are not fit for the public, yet the left wants to push this material into the faces of small children. There are parents in this very community of Big Walnut who think 10-year-olds should be reading books about gay sex or a teen's first experiment with oral sex. Now, we're not dumb. We know this stuff is everywhere on the internet. It's on Hulu, Netflix, smartphones, any avenue that's now available to most children. Books are still available on Amazon and bookstores, so they're not banned by any means. Some districts have decided to remove books with risque materials from publicly funded school libraries and the curriculums of some schools. They've tried to make them age appropriate so elementary students and middle schoolers aren't exposed to this filth. But the left has cried and howled and protested. How dare they? How dare parents want input on which schools little Johnny reads? How dare you keep me, a teacher, from shoving porn down the throat of your child the moment they walk through the door? Some school districts have changed to mandate that parents must affirmatively opt in for their students to read certain books in question, rather than forcing a parent to opt out when often the parents didn't even know that book was being read or anything about it. That's the avenue that Big Walnut took, and I think it's not bad. I must admit, as the parent of 3 kids who went through public schools, I didn't know everything that my son or daughter read. But for a long time, I didn't think I had to. These were professionals. These were college-educated adults. These were elected public officials. I trusted the teachers and the curriculum directors and school board to do the best that they could to teach reading, writing, and arithmetic and be above board and honest and to teach the fundamentals. We found out that there is political agendas being driven through the schools for decades and that we had no idea about this. It's alarming and eye-opening to know that the hidden agenda of many in the teachers union is to push trashy wording and pictures on young children, among other things we'll talk about in later episodes. But let's talk about another component of this, corporate money. There are wealthy executives of book companies who, get this, are fighting the removal of these filthy books from school district. According to the Wall Street Journal, on January 29th, the leaders of Penguin Random House are pushing back against the removal of books from school libraries. The nerve of parents to demand that books with pornographic content be removed from libraries and not forced on children. So, in this article I have here, someone named Skip Dye said Penguin Random House wasn't doing enough to keep pornography in school. Skip spoke up at the Penguin House board meeting in May, and the top brass swung into action. Dye called for aggressive action to fight back on book bans. Penguin chief executive Nihar Malavia was persuaded and created an intellectual freedom task force and put Dye in charge. You go get him, Skip. 2 weeks after the board meeting, Penguin became the only major publisher to join a federal lawsuit in Florida that challenges bans in school libraries on First Amendment grounds. Again, it's not a ban. So here's the deal. This is about money. An internal report at Penguin Random House said that sales of these banned titles removed by school districts, declined by 91% between 2022 and 2023. You think these people feed that the executives of Penguin Random House feed this porn to their children? Of course not. They send their kids to private schools that wouldn't touch this garbage. But we're talking about revenue here. We're talking about sales, lost sales, and that's what Penguin Random House is fighting. They're fighting to produce these books, make money, shove them down the throats of your children, regardless of how filthy they are, and to keep that revenue stream going. Do they care that your kids are digesting this crap? Not at all. So Malavia said that they both have a cultural mission and a commercial mission. The cultural mission is to feed your kids garbage. That doesn't help them academically one bit. And their commercial mission is to get public school taxpayers to pay them to feed this garbage to your children. That's their mission. So is it any wonder test scores are down, attendance is down, public school enrollment has cratered. This is what teachers unions, big business, woke local idiots are prioritizing these days, and we are all paying the bill for that. So Penguin Random House, according to their CEO, Malavia, had more books removed than any other publisher. That shows you what kind of company they are. So their business is clearly summarized by porn for youngsters. That's a great business model. So let's get this straight. This isn't censorship or banning. Those terms used here are ludicrous. Removing filth books from libraries and curriculums is called getting us the hell back to normal. Focusing on fundamentals, parents having a say in what their kids are exposed to, and being fiscally responsible with taxpayer money. I don't hear any of these purveyors of porn from Penguin Random House or any other publisher touting improved test scores or that Johnny is better in math on average than he was 20 years ago. No way. They don't do that. They hide from those facts, and they use emotional and distracting language like banning and censorship. Penguin is now suing states, joining lawsuits, setting up a task force, and partnering with the local far-left agitators to make sure these filthy books, removed by locally elected officials at the behest of parents, yet the CEO says, we're not pushing the stuff on anyone. It sure sounds like they're pushing it through lawsuits. So we're supporting the experts making these decisions, is what they say. It sounds a lot like the COVID fanatics experts who have proven catastrophically wrong, but that's for another day. We're not trusting the experts here. So if you're a parent, take a good look at the books your kid's reading. Books like Looking for Alaska, Pride Puppy, Gender Queer, and about 50 others that are in and around curriculums that people have properly identified as dangerous for kids. Find the opt-out forms. Let your school board and administration know you're not okay with this. So this has been Lad Dilgard for BW Strategy Pack. Again, we thank you for your support. Go to bwstrategypack.com and hit the donate button or send us a check at BW Strategy Pack, P.O. Box 2913, Westerville, Ohio 43086. This has been Lad Dilgard with Stand and Speak.